What is good, guys? Today I figured we'd go catch up with Oka-chan, have a look at his workshop, Yashio Factory. It's been a while since we've seen him on the vlogs, and I've just seen him in general, so it'll be good to catch up with him. The other thing as well is, last night the Korea Sagawa came and delivered these bad boys to me, and these are the new tire sizes that I'm going to be running with on my drift car here, 265/35 R18s. Obviously much wider tread width there. Now the issue with that means that my cheap burner wheels are probably not going to fit this tire anymore, and that's just because it's so wide that you need at least a 9-inch wide tire and above, and I've only got one pair that's 9-inch wide. So if we can't fit these on 8.5-inch wide wheels, we're going to end up probably taking them all to Up Garage, flogging them off and buying a couple more pairs that are 9-inch wide wheels. So anyways, that's the plan for today. I'm going to pack all these in the car with my wheels and everything, and we're going to head to Yashio Factory, and we'll pick up the vlog from there. Alright, so we made it to Yashio Factory. There's quite a few cool cars that he's working on at the moment, but Oka-chan's smashing out changing the tyres for me. Throw you on the time lapse while we do that, and then afterwards we might be able to take a look at some of the stuff that he's got going on here. Looks very busy. Okay, so it's getting pretty late now. It's like 5 p.m. And me and Oka-chan were just like hanging out and talking for ages. Anyways, I was telling him about my wheels situation and how I needed to get bigger wheels and get rid of all the other like junky small ones. And he's got a bunch of wheels that he hasn't been using at the workshop, and we had to go digging and find them. We spent like an hour looking for them, but we found these Advan Racing Yokohama RGDs, the gold ones and the black ones, and he's decided to let these go, give them to me for a crazy ridiculous price. So I can't say no to that, and I'm just pretty overwhelmed right now because whenever I come here he just looks after me so much. So I'm really grateful to him, even though he doesn't really understand my Japanese and saying how grateful I am to him, but one day he will. Okay, so I'm heading home now. I'm stuck in peak hour traffic because it's, 5:30 on a weekday, which means everyone's trying to go home from work right now. The car is cram-packed full of wheels, as you can see. I've got to get home, unpack everything in my car, then I've got to change wheels because the wheels that I'm currently using on the back I'm going to sell to Up Garage as well, and then fill the car again full of all the wheels that I don't need and want to get rid of, and then we're going to go to Up Garage. We're going to check out what they've got for sale there, sell the wheels that I'm obviously taking there as well. Phil's going to be there with the JZX 100 as well. We've got to help him get an ETC card reader. So yeah, tonight's actually going to be pretty fun. We may even end up at Daikoku. We'll see what happens. But right now I'm just going to focus on getting through this peak hour traffic and getting home. Google Maps says it's going to take like an extra 30 minutes than it normally does, which sucks. So got about an hour and a half worth of driving. All right, so I'm home. It's dark. Traffic took like 2 hours instead of the normal 45 minutes it takes me to get home. But anyways, game plan is I got to get all my new wheels and everything out of the car. I got to take these rear ones off because I want to sell those to Up Garage tonight as well as all the other ones around there that I don't need anymore because of their too small sizes. Phil's going to meet me there with the JZX 100, see if he wants to buy any of my old wheels before I take them into Up Garage. But anyways, that's the game plan. Throw you on the time lapse and let's get started. All right, so I'm ready to head to Up Garage. I have 6 wheels stacked up to the roof on the back seat, another wheel behind wedged in there, and another one in the boot. So I have 6, 7, 8 wheels in the Skyline right now, and I think I could fit 2 more if I wanted to, as long as they were 17s, not 18s. Anyways, let's head to Up Garage. Okay, so I made it to Up Garage. They're closed now, actually, but we managed to get all the wheels out, sell them. We looked at some ETC card readers for Phil, although they need to program like the weight class and everything in it for his car, so he can't do that now because it was so close to closing time. And I didn't have time to pull out the camera and film anything because they were closing. I had to just pretty much get all the wheels and sell them to him as quick as I could. So that's about it. There is a really clean Hachiroku over there that we're gonna go take a quick look at. So I don't wanna get too close to these guys because they're sitting in the car right now, but that is a super clean Hachiroku. Really nice. And then up the back there, JZX90, and then JZX100 Mark II. Cool couple cars here. Love these things. The 90s are I probably prefer them over the Mark IIs, and that's mainly just because they don't have the VVTi motors in them. And I like that more kind of 90s look on the front too. Otherwise, still, Mark IIs are still a good looking car. They just look so much more VIP than the 90s. So if you can't tell by the terrible lighting and the awesome cars hidden in the darkness, we ended up at Daikoku PA. And there's quite a few awesome cars here actually, so we're going to go and take a look and a little bit of a walk around. Here we have all the young people with their Mustangs and American cars. I've said this before in previous videos, but just like all the young people everywhere else in the world, like in America and Japan, Australia, we all want Japanese JDM cars, but over here a lot of the young people want American, you know, Cobras, Mustangs and Camaros and stuff like that, because this is so foreign to them, right? And this is different, this is cool. But they still throw on their Workmeisters, their Japanese wheels onto their American cars. It's kind of funny. Anyways, let's take a look at what we can find. Hopefully you guys can see this, but we've got a DR30 with a little bit of modest Itasha on the sides, the front fenders. It's pretty cool. Then we got another one here, 4-door, and then another really nice black 2-door coupe. Hopefully the lighting does it justice. Oh, he's got the light up number plates too. White S15, there's another black S15 there that'll be very hard to see because of the lighting. And this was kind of interesting, I thought anyways. This is an American imported Infiniti. This is left-hand drive here in Japan. Convertible, I've never seen one of these actually. He's got a Skyline thing there. These are not Skylines. That's like the most offensive thing for me because, you know, Nissan kind of ruined the Skyline when they went away from the straight 6, right? Just like how all the Supra guys are like, oh, bring back the 2JZ with the new Supra, right? Speaking of Supras, MA70. And then we got a nice little Miata, or Roadster here in Japan they're called. RX-8 and 2 R34 GTRs up here. There's actually quite a few other GTRs here tonight, which we'll get to in a little bit. Really nice white one and a Bayside blue one. To me though, like I see these all the time now, so they're not really like super eye-goggling, drooling. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's a nice stage over here, but it's so dark there's no point going up there. So moving over here, 34 GTT with a very interesting paint job that the camera I know will not be able to pick up, but it's like this kind of flaky, marbly kind of paint job. Let's see if we can show you what it looks like real quick with this flashlight. See? It's like this flaky kind of glittery paint job. Looks really cool. Over here is a 33, looks like a drift car of some sort. It's been painted green with this very interesting wing. It's very cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Over fenders, the things that I need to be able to fit the wheels that I want. It's very cool. And then back to the American cars. But yeah, let's get a look at the rear of this DR30 here. This is the actual like dual overhead cam, 4-cylinder turbo. So the, what is it, the FJ20 I think in that. And then this is the old Passage. So I think technically this is just an R30. I'm not entirely sure. Like The R31s I know about, obviously, but the DR30s and the R30s I know nothing about because we never got them in Australia. But to me, like, these look so similar to a 31. Like, when I first came here, I was like, oh, they're all 31s, but then I learned about the DR30 and then, you know. But yeah, pretty cool. Anyways, that's kind of it for tonight, I think. There's not really that much other stuff here. If anything rocks up, we'll pull out the camera and film it. But for now, that's it. So I said I'd pull my camera out if I found anything awesome. And I found original Midnight Purple R34 GTR with a real carbon hood, like actually real carbon. Obviously you can see the 26 just peeking in there, and it's in the light too, so it's even better to be able to look at. There's also a couple 911 Porsches here, so that's kind of cool. But if I was to ever own a 34 GTR, I would try so hard to get the Midnight Purple one just like this. Especially the 34 version of the Midnight Purple that Nissan did was the best, in my opinion. 33 GTR Midnight Purple was like a lot darker, and it didn't have that kind of that color changing pop that the R34 one did, just like this. Like, you can see it in the light, it looks so good. He's got a couple nice Recaros. The whole interior is caged out as well. Looks really nice, especially this carbon hood in the light just looks amazing. So much want. One day. Listen to them bald eagles, guys. Leaving in style by the looks of it. That's cool. This is what Daikoku Futo is all about. Grab a hot coffee. Try and do that with one hand. There we go. And just walk around and look at the cars. Another awesome car that's just rocked up is a super clean S30. The owner seems to be sleeping in the driver's seat, so we're not going to disturb him. He literally just pulled in and now he's taking a nap. It's what a lot of people do at these PAs. So they use them as like a little rest stop and sleep in their cars when they're doing a long trip. And this thing is so period correct. It's not even funny, and it is in such good condition. I'd get closer to it, but I don't want to wake the guy up because he just stopped. So another super cool and super rare car rocked up. And before you go, oh Sam, that's just another 33 GTR, what are you talking about? It's a 33 GTR, but with 2 extra doors. It's a 4-door 33 GTR. And before you go, what are you talking about? They never made a GTR that was 4-door. Do a little bit of research and you'll find that the Autech edition for the 40th anniversary to celebrate, they made a 4-door 33 GTR. And I don't know the exact number of how many they produced and made, but it was very small, so these are super rare and sought after as well. I think I've seen prices like way over what a Spec 2, like V-Spec 2 NER GTR 34 go for, these go for. So they're very expensive. I love that he's got the 34 GTR wheels on there, that looks awesome. Oh, excuse me, burping my Boss coffee a bit. But this thing is so clean. It looks like it's been well looked after. Everything about the car is RB26, obviously GTR entire driveline and everything. Even the interior, got the GTR front seats and everything, and the 33 GTR kind of like, you know, dashboard and everything and bits and whatnot. But as you can see, it has 4 doors. So it was a GTR sports car, but with the ability of being a parent's car. As you can see, there's a kid's baby seat in the back. So for all the people that were having kids and could only afford to have one car in Japan, which is pretty normal because of parking spaces and whatnot, they made this. And I have to say, good job, Nissan, please make more. And then over here, we got a really nice old TA Celica. The thing just looks immaculate. The front is super high, and I'm not used to seeing these cars that high in the front end, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe that is just factory, I don't know. But this thing is super clean. It's rare to see one in this good condition. I wonder if it's been restored. And then there's a slammed Miata here. Man, I love Daikoku Futo. Seriously, you can come here any night of the week and see awesome cars and meet awesome people. This guy, when he drove in, his team name is Low Justice. When he came in, he smashed the whole bottom on the little speed bump coming into the car park. So we all heard it and cringed and looked over and saw the Mazda Miata rock up, and we all kind of had a good laugh about it. Super cool. This thing is a Liberty Legacy? I'm not sure. I don't know my Subarus too well. Please don't roast me. Let's have a look. Legacy, haha. Over here, couple super clean FCs. If you know me, I recently fell in love with rotaries, and the FC is my RX-7 of choice. So to see these bad boys is definitely doing it for me, especially this convertible one, although I'm not a hairdresser, so I legally can't own this, but it's still really cool to see this and how clean it is. All right, so I've just gotten home, and man, today was kind of crazy, all over the place. What didn't exactly go according to what I was planning to do today. I was planning to just duck into Yoshio factory, change my tires, then come back, and then I was thinking about selling all those old wheels and then trying to find like a pair of two, like somewhere online, like Yahoo Auctions or at UpGarage themselves. But then got to Yoshio factory, me and Oka-chan started talking for ages and just hanging out, because like we just haven't seen each other since like 2 months now or something. So we were just catching up heaps, and I told him about how I needed wheels, and then he was like, oh, I have heaps of wheels that I don't use anymore, because he's sponsored by Yokohama Advan Racing, so they send him all the new wheels every time they make a new like model of wheel. So he has like a whole bunch of old sponsored wheels that he doesn't need anymore, and he was just like, here, does this fit your car? So we went through all of the different wheels that he had there that he didn't need and test fitted them on my car to find the correct offset and stuff that would work, because all the wheels that he normally runs are 10.5J, so 10.5 inch wide with plus 25 offset. So those just won't fit until I get over fenders. But he did have a couple 9-inch wide ones. So it's hard for me to express this, because like, to me, it's just crazy. Like there is no reason for him to treat me like he does. And I don't know, like I know I didn't film that much there, but that was just because I was enjoying so much time, like so much like the company that I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm sure you guys get it. Like I'm just super grateful to him. I didn't want to like bother him by filming heaps and stuff like that today, because we were just hanging out and he was doing so much for me. I mean, like, it's just ridiculous that like this old Japanese guy that is like super famous in the car industry, somehow me and him became friends and the weirdest of bromance. And like we barely can communicate, because the type of Japanese that he speaks is very hard for me to understand, because he's like from Okinawa originally and he's just old, so he kind of like speaks really fast in this weird slang. But yeah, like it's just ridiculous. I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, Oka-chan doesn't really understand English at all, so I mean, he's probably not going to watch this, but I still want to say thank you so much for your generosity and what you do for me. Like, I probably wouldn't even be as heavily involved in drifting if it wasn't for you. So thank you very much. Words do not express it. Anyways, enough rambling on. I'm home now. Today was just awesome, hectic. Got to do a whole bunch of car stuff in it, so it was great. So anyways, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Janmata ne.